Welcome back to Let's Keep It 100 podcast. You tuned in with the two biggest players of the bitty, RB __ 35 on IG. Follow my guy, Mr. Marcus.
_ Mark 39. I got it right this time.
Yeah, man, listen. We got a guy in here that don't need no introduction. Some of y'all YNs might not know who he is, but we gonna fill y'all in today.
Google.
Yeah, man, we got a producer, a serial entrepreneur, manager, a builder of Murder Inc., man. Chris Gotti.
Yeah.
Yes,
bro,
sir.
thank you for having me.
We appreciate
Bro,
you so much.
Appreciate it.
Honestly,
man.
we really appreciate this because you ain't had to do this.
I told you I was gonna pull up.
He did.
And I appreciate that. And he pulled
He
up
was
in
like,
the
"You gonna
trenches.
come to New York?" He said, "He come to New York." I said, "No, I'm coming to you. I'm back in Philly. I'll be right at you."
And he come to the trenches, man of your word.
Yeah.
How important is that nowadays? Just keeping your word.
Well,
with
for
you?
me personally, or anyone that I talk to, all my youngins that I deal with, your word is all you got.
Right.
I try to tell them two major things: keep your word, and don't be late. You know, time. We never know how much time we have. I just lost my brother. There's no way in the world I thought I would be sitting here saying that.
Right.
I'm 57, he was 54. You know, I raised him. There's no way I could think that would be the moment right now. You know what I'm saying? I got a 91-year-old mother, so my father lived to 86. We thinking at least
Y'all
that.
gonna have that longevity.
You know what I'm saying? You thinking at least that. It's like,
Do we
damn.
take that type of stuff for granted though?
That's what I'm telling you.
Right.
Your word you take for granted because it could be the smallest thing and you think it's light. Nah, little things add to big things. So don't take it light. Whether someone like what you saying or not, just give it to pause, raw.
Right.
Just tell them. And I'm very straightforward. I learned that at a very young age. And I ain't gonna hold you. Supreme, shout out Supreme, Free Supreme. He put me on time. Because one day I had a meeting with him and I was about 15 minutes late. And I didn't hit him to tell him I'm running late. And he's sitting there waiting on me. And he's like, when I get there, I was like, damn, my fault. You know, just like the normal. And he's like, damn, man, I was waiting.
Right.
He's very disciplined in both of those things, his word and his time. And he was like, you think your time is worth more than mine?
Right.
I said, no. He said, why didn't you call me then? I said, I was coming. I didn't even think about it. Like, he wasn't even no pressure or nothing. He was just hipping me to why it's not cool. And ever since then, if I am late, if something happens to make me late, because I'm not late unless something happens. Some unforeseen accident, traffic, whatever. It's not because I got up late. It's not because I missed them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's because of something that happened, and I always inform the person. I know we had a meeting just now, and I told you I didn't know what time, so I wanted you to be clear because I'm out here doing some other things first before I get here. Being very clear on time. You know what I'm saying?
What age was you when Supreme taught you that, though? How old?
Oh, man, I'm 22 years old.
Yeah.
22 years old.
That's when you got to it. So.
Yeah.
Give us some back history on Murder Inc. and how it got started.
That's a great question. You know, most people don't ask that question, but the reality is Murder Inc. got started only because Irv wanted to be the #1 producer in the game. So at the time when I started Irv out in music. I was his manager in the beginning. He had a little crew called the Def Crew. He was the DJ. I had Romeo, was the artist, and Rozelle, Godfather of Noise. Shout out Rozelle. You know what I'm saying? And that was their crew.
Right.
And I took them around battling everyone for money, either as a rapper with Romeo, a DJ with Irv, and Romeo and Rozelle as the beatbox.
Right.
And we won some good money from that. You know, even won a deal with Marley Marl, but it never transpired. But at the end of the day, Irv had a production company called Top Dog Productions, and he says to me, he's selling beats for $5,000 a beat at the time.
Whew.
Yeah. That's back then.
That was back then. 5,000 was a lot.
That's a lot.
That was a lot of money.
Not that much.
Back then.
But for him, he was good.
Right.
It wasn't a lot. There was other producers making a lot more, but he was getting 5. He's at the infant stage of his producing career.
Okay.
And this Irv Gotti we talking about.
Yeah, this is Irv Gotti. At that time, It might have been DJ Irv.
Okay, okay.
That's all it was. But then he switched to Irv. Jay-Z gave him that name, Gotti.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So he tells me 5,000 beats. He had one producer, Little Rob. Shout out Little Rob. Little Rob made 5 beats with Irv.
Okay.
Only problem was he didn't make a lot.
Right.
So when I come in, it's time to shake. I gotta move these joints. Little Rob only was making a few beats. If he made 4, I sell 3. Great ratio, but I got mad people wanting more beats. So I go to Irv and I tell him, and when you ask me about how did Murder Inc. start, this is how Murder Inc. started. I go to Irv and say, yo, I need more beats. I need more inventory. I gotta sell beats. We ain't gonna move like this.
Put the pressure
I said,
on
you
him.
mind if, no, all I told him is, you mind if I start signing producers? He said, I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm not taking less than 5,000 a beat.
His price is his price.
Yeah, his price is his price. I said, that ain't no, I started laughing. I'm like, nigga, I'm trying to get more money, not stay there. Because it's not enough for me.
Right.
See, I'm only
you gotta
getting
get your
20%. That's $1,000. 3 beats, 3 racks, that's nothing. I was doing construction first, and I was making a lot of money. I started doing both. And then I had to stop doing construction because I got burnt out, working in the daytime, and then at night, all night, then back again every day. It was too much. So I started signing producers.
So who's the first producer you signed?
A nigga from D.C. Nigga from D.C. Chink Santana. Man.
Was he a good producer?
One of the best. You all the records you hear, he's probably most of the records you hear from Murder Inc.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He was a go-go dude. He was making beats for a dude named Pop. See, I know all the stories because I signed him. All I did was think of, if I sign this person, are they good? Because I know when they get with my brother, he gonna make them great. That's all it was, because I know what he do. You understand? I'm running a business. I'm a business dude. I'm on the business end of Murder Inc. Again, not saying I didn't have my hand inside of creativity or nothing. That's my brother's side, though. I don't even nothing to say. I ran the business. You know, we was a 9-figure business. I'm running every dollar of that, me. So when I sing Chink will play every instrument. I don't know if you know about them go-go producers. They're probably the best producers in the world is from D.C. I promise you.
All that party music and stuff.
That go-go music is all bands, and they play instruments live, on the fly, all of that. It's just a different vibe. They just not doing drill music or nothing, but they, you know, it's a different vibe, and I love it. So when I got Chink, he was on this rapper, Pop, and I'm like, yo, Pop, who's beats to those? Right. I'm like, the rap is cool, but who's beats to those? And he was like, oh, that's Chink. I said, bring him up. And I signed Chink. The first day he come up, and I said, you ever sold a beat? He's laughing. He's like, no, Joe. You know, they call everyone Joe. Joe. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, Joe. He's laughing. I ain't never sold no beat. I said, how much would you sell a beat for? He said, I don't know, 500.
That's all you want?
I said, 500. I said, no. I said, that much? I'm telling you, it was a different number. 500. Dudes was with names, that's all they was getting. This is early days of this business. And he said, I don't know. I said, all right, 500 is good, but I'm going to give you a lot more than that. I said, I want that beat right there. I ain't have no place to put it. See, this is when the business come in. I went and grabbed my checkbook, and I brought him a check for $3,500. Wow. So first half. So $37.50, sorry, because I gave him $7,500. I said, I'm going to buy that beat for $7,500. He looked at me, and he's like, for real? Yo, for real, Joe? I said, yeah. He said, what you gonna do? I said, when I sell it, you're gonna get your credit. It'll be 50-50. We're gonna share it, me, you, and Irv. Not me, Irv and you. I didn't own no publishing or nothing. That's all Irv. I quit because I ran the company. I just did it for my brother. End of the day, I never sold that beat. He signed and he was like, bet. And then I told him, I don't want to just do that. I want to bring you in. I said, we could make some music. Now, I didn't have nowhere to put him. I just had the vision, and I knew what he gonna do when Irv gave him ideas.
Was it anybody you never, like, that you didn't believe in and they was blue that came across, y'all?
Oh, snap.
No.
Oh.
I'm laughing because you making me think if there was someone you're saying that I had a chance to
That you
sign.
had a chance to sign.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. I got so many stories of artists that I wanted to sign that Irv said no.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, is anybody we know?
of course. I'll give you one, French Montana.
Oh shit.
How old?
French Montana was in I gave French access. Our studio name was Crack House.
Okay.
So he was making those videos, Coke City DVDs.
Yeah, it was real big.
I didn't know he rapped. I didn't know he rapped. This is a true story. He come up there with one of my producers, Rick Steele, and Rick and him asked me, can they use the studio? I said, listen, nigga, we don't leave until 4, 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, but when I'm out, y'all could use it. So that nigga basically made all his music right there in the crack in my studio for free.
The mac and cheese CDs and all that?
Early days, whatever it is. I'm bad with shit like that, whatever they were. But French, we had the chance. He's right under our nose and we didn't get him.
Wow.
How about Rick Ross?
You had Ross
Had a
too?
chance
Come
to get
on.
Ross.
That was the feds why we didn't sign him though. Because we're going through the Fed trial at the time.
Okay.
And Def Jam said, no, we can't sign nobody. So we didn't have the bread to get him, to sign him to Murder Inc. because Universal was cooperating with the government.
Wow.
So we couldn't sign Rick Ross.
Damn,
I go on the Latin side. Daddy Yankee. Big
Okay,
Joe,
Daddy.
my man Big Joe and Adi came to me. I give you a crazy story. I bring them. See, I'm out everywhere in New York. And I get the guys that had them at the time, and I bring them, and I tell Irv, we could sign this dude, Daddy Yankee. He do Latin music. Irv looked at me like I was crazy. That nigga said, he hit me with this first. So that's, you ever see the horses, the blinkers on a horse?
Yeah.
So they can't look.
Yeah, it looks
They
sideways.
can't look.
Tunnel
He
vision.
does this and says, we get money with Ja Rule.
Right.
You don't speak Spanish. I said, oh man. I said, we don't have to.
Right,
He make
right.
all the music. He just need our stamp.
Right.
That's it.
We see where he went.
Shit,
And there's
niggas
more. We
money.
had the reggae artist, Sean DePaul.
Oh, Sean Paul.
Come on. Early days.
Wow. Some of the
Early
niggas-
days. Big Joe again brought him to me. One of my boys, Big Joe. New Life Entertainment. He's still around. He does a ton of comedy shit. Big Joe will tell you all. He had all of these artists brought him to me. When I bring it to Irv, he didn't want to do it. Wow. You know, we had Game
That game too?
way before G. Nigga. I'm in Compton picking that nigga up, making records with that nigga the whole thing.
Damn.
You know what I'm
you
saying?
really
No one
had-
ever tells the story, including Game. He never said it. You know what I'm saying? He never really told it, but I used to go pick him up from Compton in the crib and go to the studio with him. When he first signs to Dr. Dre, not G-Unit. See, that whole move, the public don't know the real story.
Right.
That was a brilliant move by Jimmy Iovine to move him from Aftermath, which ain't hip-hop, hardcore, and put him on G-Unit. It don't matter to Universal, it's all they bread. But it made sense for them, and that's what really did it. But I had Game first.
So
You
you
know,
was the
Irv
foot
was fucking with
soldier.
Game, but he didn't have, at the moment, timing is everything. It wasn't, we didn't have the time to lock him in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's others, but I'm just saying these are some
That
big,
was some big
That's
names.
a real big name.
that's a fact.
So let me ask you this, Chris. Who was the visionary in Murder Inc.? Was it you or was it Irv?
No, it never put me in there.
No, but you said you got the
It
artist.
don't matter. I'm a worker, man. I'm
Okay.
a worker. It's my brother's dream. It was all I wanted was the money,
Okay.
and I made sure no one fucked with the man that made the money. That's it. Irv is the goose that laid the golden egg. Google him. He's still in the history of books of being the #1 producer, longest run at #1 with different artists. So let's say he produced your record, you went #1, and he produced your record, you took him out. He produced him, he took you out. And
He just
Still all Irv though.
I believe it's 40, how many weeks is in a year? 52, 48 weeks out of the year.
Wow.
Yeah, that record may never come down, especially with the way the music industry is today. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I did it for my brother. He's the one. Like, all of this stuff I'm saying, look, we miss, but when you in a moment of something, you may not be able to see everything. That's why I say a lot of times the streets get things misunderstood with artists. You know, we were just talking about one earlier just now. it could be misunderstood. You stuck doing what you got to do to survive. You know what I'm saying? And do what you have to do. And it's not as easy as just grabbing someone and say, hey, you in the game. It's a lot to it. It's a lot more that is involved. And something that I realized with artists, my brother's an artist, right? He's an artist. He's a genius when it came to this music shit. He's focused. And one of the things I learned about that was they ain't stamping anything. He's not putting Irv Gotti on and standing next to anything. So anyone he did, he had a vision for. He seen a vision. No matter who it was, it don't matter. You know, Charlie Baltimore, she from out here. Chuck, you know what I'm saying? He had a vision for her. Then it's trying to execute the vision to make it come to life. It just happens that, let's say, Jai's vision came faster, Ashanti's vision came faster. He didn't give up on no one. But it takes time to accomplish that vision. You got a podcast. What's your vision for it? I know it's bigger than this.
Yes.
Okay, it takes time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He understood that, and he can't be doing anything else. You got to get down on it. That's it. And I understood it when he told him. Like, I found Ashanti. And when I first brought her, when I first brought her, he don't want to hear her.
Wow.
He don't want to listen to nothing. He's like, nigga, we get money with Ja Rule, nigga. I'm focused.
He was loyal to Ja.
I said, what? That's our brother. That's family. Like, when he says that, though, it's business too.
Right.
That's how he's getting his money. He's like, nigga, I ain't got no time for all this. All I knew was my job was to keep her around until he had time. Because I understand timing is the number one reason anything works. So what was the timing? I'm going to tell you how it worked. There's a record. Fat Joe calls me up. He says, yo, I need a singer for this record for Big Pun. We putting out this album, right? It was a Big Pun album they was putting out, and they need a singer. And I said, what? I got one. I call her up. Get your ass to the studio. Let's go. She don't hesitate. One thing about Ashanti, she was just like one. She right there.
Grinding.
No, she gonna work. She didn't care. We made sure she didn't care how many. If it was 100 niggas in the room, she right in the middle of them, and doing her thing, pinning. You know, not clear the room. You know, get out. I gotta write out of here. She right in the middle, writing fire shit. So I get her there. Joe's like, "Who's this?" I said, "Yeah, this is an artist we signed." Irv ain't even talked to her. Heard one record yet, nothing. She go and lay the hook down. I don't know if y'all know that record. It's a Big Pun record.
Because they didn't have her in the video. It was
It's
her
an
voice.
animation. It's animation.
It was just her voice.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know. It's but it's animation. And at the end of the day, Joe was like, yo, because she wrote the hook, everything. He said, yo, she fire. I said, do me a favor. He said, what's that? Call Irv. He called Irv. Irv's like, my artist, she's fire. What?
Who?
He get off the phone. He get off the phone with Joe, hits me up like, yo, bring this to the office tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, done. I bring it in, and that's once he put his ears to her, it was over.
So that song, I think, what was it? Whose song did she come out with first? I know I seen this on something. Joe, y'all traded songs with Joe.
No, we didn't.
I think y'all gave Ashanti did a song for him, and then
No, that might be later in life.
that was later on.
Not during Murder Inc. We gave Joe the record. You know, what's the record with Joe?
The one that did.
Oh, it's one of his biggest hits.
Yeah, it's the biggest hit.
It's with Ja on it and everything. My goodness.
I know.
I'm bad with titles, man. What's love?
There you go.
Thank
What's
you, sir.
love? There you go.
What's love?
Yeah, got to
So
do it. Yeah.
again, that's Ja wrote it. Ashanti's ain't a hook, and we gave it to Joe. But that was looking out for our brother. You know what I'm saying? He needed records.
Right. I want to know, like, why do guys who successfully making legit money in a rap game, producing, why do they have the urge to run with street guys? Because they kind of try to jam y'all up like that.
Again, that's not fair to say it like that. You know how many niggas I tied up? Do you know how many niggas I might have shot? So it's not fair to understand it, and I don't want to brag about it. So, but at the end of the day, because I learned how to navigate through whatever you want to call the hood, that's it. A relationship is a relationship, no matter who it is.
Right.
Meaning, I use Supreme because that's who you're implying. Everyone always asks me, one of the questions they always ask me, will we change anything? I said, why would I change something that was right? That means it's going to be wrong, right? If you think about the logic of that. If I did everything right, why would I want to change it? See, this is the part that makes everyone in the back in the hood not understand. Preem didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't ask for nothing. He asked for a movie to be made. Guess what else? Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, Ice-T. You understand? All put in money. Dame Dash, Rough Riders, they all put in money for that same project. It was a business deal. We had contracts. We all contributed, but the feds want to come at us for whatever their reasons was. But at the end of the day, how am I going to look back at a nigga that's in a halfway house who we knew of? I'm from Hollis, Queens, okay? I know Philly, I was just telling De Niro, Philly is broken up in different sections.
Right.
Okay, so South Side is a section in Queens. Okay. I'm from Hollis. Technically, that's the north side of Queens. But I'm from Hollis Avenue. So Hollis, we had our own thing. We had beef with anyone from South Side, whether we knew you or not. Supreme's the king of South Side. So when Irv meets him, Irv is nervous. Now, Irv wasn't in the streets doing the things I might have did, but I'm big brother, nigga. I took care of my brother, so all my niggas knew Irv. He's good. So right away, yo, I'm about to meet Supreme. He's shooting a video, Cash Money Click, back in the day, in Southside. At one of Supreme's fucking barbershop salon shit. You know, you have the Supreme's in the halfway house at the time, but he's there at the video. So on the Supreme team side, I fuck with Black just like that. Okay, but he's gone. He was passed. And at the end of the day, he wasn't there. He's passed now, but he wasn't there at the time for the video. So Irv called me. How does he call me? Why would anyone call you and just tell me that he's meeting Supreme? Because he's scared. Right. So me and my man Kylie, that was my ace. We grab it up. Right. We run over there. Because I don't know what's going to happen. We're from Hollis, he's Southside, whatever. It could go down. My whole adolescent years, all I did was fight niggas from Southside. See, that's the facts. That's like, I got more fights than Mike Tyson. Nigga. That's how Monday through Friday. It was like a job. Seriously. They waited in front of the bus that I had to take to get to Hollis. So you come home from school, that's the only bus that gets you to Hollis, and there's 20 niggas from Southside. If you don't get on that bus, niggas from Hollis is fucking you up. Why wasn't you on that bus, boy? Right. So it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. I tell everyone I'm the first backpack rapper because I had to wear that knapsack. Right. Just on my books. I kept losing my books. And end of the day, when he called, I get over there. He was shooting a video, Get the Fortune, F the Fame with Cash Money Click, which is Ja Rule's group, and all of them. And then I get there and he's like, yo, he left. I said, what's up? He said, nah, he was cool. I said, what'd he say? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get. He said, he asked me if I could make a movie. First day he met him, he asked, can he make a movie? So Preem is locked up all the time, and he's thinking already when he come home, I want to make this movie. The movie's called Crime Partners. He made it. So Irv was like, nah, he was mad cool. BJ, our man BJ knew him. He was part of the Supreme team, but BJ's from Hollis. But he actually went on the South Side with the Supreme team, whatever, and worked for him. But at the end of the day, he was like, nah, BJ know me, was mad cool. I told him, I said, what you say? He said, I barely know how to make a video. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you on everything. That was exactly how it started. Wow. So what happens with relationships is it got to build. And I would say there's probably some calculated moves inside of it. I mean, Preem, we like that. You know, I talk to that nigga all the time. Right. And with BJ and Preem, you know what I'm saying? So BJ's with my brother every day. And then all of a sudden, Irv tell me, yo, we over here at the Q Club. Yo, Preem's here. What? And, you know, I'm still on guard. Yeah, right. I didn't meet the nigga till way later. You know, way later. And I catch up with Irv, and Irv said everything was cool. You know what I'm saying? He's still in the halfway house with him. But that's really how the relationship built. He just started meeting her and talking to him. Not about nothing now. Now just as regular two niggas just talking and building. And then, you know, Irv got deeper inside of his life story, the movie that he wanted to make, and we was able to help him make the movie. And as soon as that movie made over $4 million first week, it only cost him $370,000. The feds took all the money and came after everybody.
Wow.
See, there's certain people you can't fuck with, but how do you know that? See, this goes back to, would you fuck with them? How do you know that? When we did everything right. That would have been a profitable business. They made everyone that gave money sign off and say, you cannot collect $1 or we coming after you. This before the trial. But then all of these things started happening and it was just steamrolled into everything else.
How exhausting was that fighting that Fed case?
Yeah, and I told everyone, I don't wish jail on none of my enemies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I said, and I don't have enemies anymore. Like, I really don't. I'm blessed. End of the day, it's a terrible process. And I seen the sucker, you know, trying to downplay it, you know, because he probably fed himself, but that's a whole nother story. But, you know what I'm saying? When I seen that, I'm like, this is real clown shit. It's just dumb because anyone that goes through that system or in that process, here's a nigga that did go through the New York State police, you know, the state system, and he checked out for the SHOP program. Please don't talk to me about the SHOP program, my nigga, back then. You know what I'm saying? That was what suckers did. But no one wants to ever say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just like real shit. Like, let's keep it a buck. If you're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. Anyone in New York, and you say you went through the SHOP program, you was a sucker. You understand? That was where they put you through like a military boot camp shit, and you didn't stay with population of the regular people. You went over here to get out faster. But again, that's neither here nor there. I'm being blessed. I never went to jail. I've been locked up multiple times and won all my cases and knock on some wood. I'm blessed. And at this point in my life, I'm not looking for nothing. I'm that way. You over here with some shit? I'm over here, nigga. So it was like, again, it's like if you came from that, if you understand that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not from the cloth of yap, yap, yap talking and who do that? I'd rather pull up. That's why I told you I'm coming.
What advice do you give these guys nowadays? Because a lot of these street guys, like in the LA culture or whatever, they propagate being gang affiliated on these podcasts. And they're putting themselves in these indictments. What advice you got for these guys that get on camera and talk street business?
You know, once you make money, if I make money, I don't fucking know, tying my shoes a certain way, everyone gonna tie their shoes that way trying to get to the money. And that's the part, how do you fix that? You know, I had a meeting with David Stern when he was the commissioner of the NBA, and it was about all the new players. I said, you know, I'm watching how many people go broke and all of this shit. And I said, I want to just talk to all the new players before they come in. He said, why would I let that happen? All right? I said, because I am them. I went through a ton of money, lost it, made the money, lost it. I said, I just did it in music. I said, the difference is I was blessed to get money back. A lot of them, it's basketball. If you don't keep playing, you don't keep making. Like, they don't all get endorsement deals and shit like that. So it's really, you play, you make the money. Once you don't, you don't. But what really happens is in the hood, we got someone that helped us. We're going to help take care of them. Right? When you think about it, you watched your whole life someone else balling out. You watched it. Yes. Even if you didn't see it firsthand, you heard about it, you seen a video or something. Right. You get some money, you want to do it too. Right. It's my turn.
My turn.
My turn. Yeah. So I'm trying to explain this to David Stern, like that's what they're going through when they get to this money. And you want to send a white person to talk to them, has no way to relate to them. Like we don't have the mom and dad that knew what to do with $1 million. Right. See, my mom and dad couldn't tell us anything because they never made $1 themselves. They didn't have nothing to give us, so how could they tell me what to do with money? See, and I'm blessed because my mother and father never said, hey, you should do this. You know what they told me? Be careful out there. Make sure you watch your brother. make sure everything. When we get money, we just gotta check mine. Looking at, oh God, she nervous. She's scared.
Right.
But she never said, hey, let's do this with it. Or my dad never said, hey, let's do that. We had to go through it as men ourselves. We figured it out how to get it. Now let's figure out how to keep it and what to do with it. Now, I'm not going to act like we didn't fuck up money. I've never been flashy, a little Rolex or something, but I ain't never been all of that. I did that when I was young. Big cables and all of that. I don't need it. I don't care about it. It doesn't do nothing for me.
Seems like you had like an advantage because you've been a hustler.
Well, I never sold drugs. When you say hustle, most people...
No, I'm saying, but you got a hustler mentality.
My mindset is I'm going to get it one way or another.
Yeah.
Even if it was shoveling snow.
Right.
Or putting holes in niggas' tires so the nigga that... Hey, bro, I was just telling them this story. There's a nigga named Madero, right? That was in the hood that had all of the tire shop.
Yeah.
If he found your screw, you getting $5, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a young nigga. We talked about that. I'm young. I'm like 12.
Right. There's a way. That's $5 a day. $10 a day.
You know what I'm saying? It was real shit. And it was like, you know, I was able to figure things out. When I said I never sold drugs, I might have robbed a drug dealer, like nigga at work, and then got rid of it. But I ain't never been on that block to do that. I've been on the block with the niggas. I never was out there. I looked at that as stupid. See, I always had like real good common sense, even if I did dumb shit. So the common sense was that block work. I watched niggas get laid down every day, like for real. See, Hollis was hot. That strip was hot. 2-3rd, 2-1st, 199th. Them 3 blocks, niggas was getting hit. There was crackheads robbing you for your work.
That's what crackheads was. They probably wasn't all the way crackheads yet. They just started being
understand me?
crackheads. You feel me? Some motherfuckers still got
Listen,
their...
my nigga Sid, I ain't gonna even hold you. My nigga Sid was knocking you out and taking all your work. Like, this is what you face. And then you face the rival dudes that want your block.
There's too much that came with it.
It came with a lot of stress and pressure. And then I never seen the niggas on the corner up. I say if you worked at McDonald's, you'd have something, nigga, because you would respect the money. But because you get it the way you do, you fuck it up. Now, you might have some gift fresh money. That's why we, gift fresh money, some new clothes and shit. I used to go to the block, pick niggas up, take them to the store from the shit I did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I might have, like I said, I would maybe rob Beefsteak Charlie's or McDonald's or something like that. I'll get it and go in there with my man Al or whatever. We go and get it. Kylie or whatever. We go and get it. And then come back, got all the bread, and come on, let's go get something. And I'll take niggas out. But they sitting there bugging out. I got BMWs, Mercedes-Benz, motorcycles, everything. They bugging out like, how am I doing this? And I'm not out here with them.
Did you steal them BMW?
No. No, that's cash. That's from the money. That's from the money, yo. Yeah, I had money back when I was young. Like I said, I had all of that shit, so it was never important. Like I said, and it was really, I seen the talent in my brother. And I just wanted to make sure I help him the best way I could.
What advice would you give to like your 20-year-old self right now?
Stay away from the crap table.
You like the game?
We going there after this. We out, fuck it. I'm not 20. But real rap, gambling is, look, I've been blessed. I don't know if y'all know Phil Ivey. He's from New Jersey. He's the best poker player in the world.
Yeah, Phil Ivey.
Black dude. I manage him now for 20 plus years.
You manage him?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I'm with the biggest gamblers. Ironic when you talk about, you said what?
The degenerate gambler.
That's how my lawyer started my case. He said, Christopher Lorenzo is a degenerate gambler. Phil almost fell out of his chair laughing.
Yo, is that story true? When they
one?
said, I don't know if it was you, I don't know if it was Irv and Ja, they said they was at, I think, was it a Sixers game?
I'm there.
You was there?
Any gambling is through me.
And they said y'all was yelling
Me
at...
and my brother, we was big gamblers.
Oh, okay.
So, but I had the bookies.
Okay.
So they couldn't get the bet in. That's what Gilbert Arenas.
Oh, Gil. Yeah, they said it was Gil.
It's Gil. He said it on his show.
Yeah,
Shout out Gil. Man, God bless you with your son. I heard that he had an accident. Please, all prayers going out to you, bro.
All prayers. Absolutely. Yeah, they said y'all was yelling at him in the front row talking about you.
We was yelling at we wasn't yelling at him. We told him to stop, but we was more yelling at Katino Mobley, shout out Katino, and Steve Francis. They was playing for Houston Rockets. They're playing the Wizards in Houston. We had the whole front row floor seat, Murder Inc. About 20. No bullshit. We got you ever see niggas in the front row with those like sticks? We all in the front row on the floor seats like this. Yeah. That game, I'm telling you this, niggas can say what it was. That game, BJ, the ball came out of bounds, he grabbed the ball, went through his legs and made the layup, crowd went crazy, yo. During the game. During the game. Wow. Like the ball came out of bounds, he went on baseline and made the layup. You ain't never see that, nigga.
Nah. They ain't put y'all out?
Nah. We was good.
Y'all spent all that money in that.
We was good, but we like this going crazy, and we had a lot of money. We had about $270,000 on the game. Whew. And we're watching the game. The spread was like 13. Houston favorite. They up by like 10. We need more. We telling them we need more. You know, you're in the game, they usually just bounce it out.
Right.
Cat.
Oh, they doing that shit.
They going for us, but Gilbert's looking at us, and he's like, oh, no. Coming back. We like, yo, stop. We like, yo, chill out, yo. We need more. Steve, come down. Gilbert go right back. We like, yo, Gil, stop. So that's why he said he got nervous, because we was yelling at him. What are you doing? Here's the craziest shit. The last shot, we up. We thinking we gonna win this game. We up by 2 points. Gilbert takes a shot, a meaningless shot, makes it, but it's a 3. But they only mark it as a 2, so we thought his foot was on the line. We like, fuck it, we push. We don't lose no money. We like,
go back and review this.
We go in the back. We go in the back in the locker room, and we see they change the score. We see they change the score. They make it a 3 instead of a 2, and we lose by 1 point.
Wow.
Be honest,
nah, we was going crazy.
Be honest, do you think that should be fixed?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So
you still be doing it?
No, I don't bet on games.
So you don't do the
I'm
sports
on the
bet?
dice. I own CeeLo too, if y'all understand. Me, Wayne, and Cyril, we own the game CeeLo. You know CeeLo?
The three dice.
I don't gamble.
I know
3 dice.
Yeah, the 3 dice.
We own CeeLo.
It's like high number, low number.
We own the patent number. We got a whole tabletop, everything.
I understood the 3 dice shit.
Yeah, the CeeLo.
Two numbers match. Don't count that. Whatever the other one is. So if you get a 1 and a 1 and a 6, that's a 6. That's the head crack. That's the best. Like to start 4, 5, 6 is CeeLo. Trips, 3 of a kind, and then it's simple. It's just 2 numbers that match on the dice, and whatever that other number, that's your point. That's
okay. That's what I'm trying to.
Someone got to beat that.
Okay.
And it's you versus. It's like the bank. Whoever's the bank, and then everyone roll against the bank. And you could play either side.
So how you crap out?
Again, you don't. I roll. Let's say I roll 2 1s and a 4.
Okay.
You roll. You know, either when the bank is over, the way we have it on the table, it keeps moving in the street. You have a bank, whatever that's in the bank, that's when you lose.
Okay.
Two, they take your bank, then the bank pass, or a CeeLo. CeeLo could take the bank. So if you roll 4, 5, 6, it's your bank now. Sometimes that's good. I could be up mad money, then you get the bank, and I'm like, give me my money, and you got the bank now, because now I can cut. See, the real way niggas roll, like I don't play with niggas that's pulling money out the bank.
Okay.
It sit there. Every dollar that I keep winning, it stay there until someone hit that 4, 5, 6. Then I could cut my bank and pick that shit up. All right, count my winnings and say, all right, I'm only coming back with this much.
Okay. What's the most you won, Gamble?
The most I won is $287,000.
Damn.
What's the most you lost? At one time.
And one standing, never more than that. But I did lose more than that over a course of a weekend. I lost over $500,000.
Damn.
That's nothing. You know, Bruno Mars.
Yeah, I heard.
Lost tens of millions of dollars, and that's why he has a residency out in Vegas to pay off his debt, his gambling debt.
He that bad?
They all that bad. Drake and all of them gamble.
They said Little Baby, so he lost $40 million.
Little Baby. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's in us. We are gamblers by nature. You just have to deal with control. If you deal like now, what's the worst part of gambling? I'm gonna tell y'all all what the worst part of gambling is. Because not in sports. The worst part in sports was you could pick up the phone and make a call back then Today you got FanDuel. If you don't have the money in the bank, in the account, you can't bet it.
Right.
But when you could call a bookie and get a big bet down, and you may be ass betting, and then that's when it get crazy, or you betting your last or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the real gambling in the casinos, you get the credit lines. Like when you hear that number, tens of millions of dollars, they don't walk around with that cash. That's credit. They just signing for it. So it make it so simple. Hey, give me $1 million. Yeah. I used to get 100,000, 200,000. You know what I'm saying? And I would block the table off, the crap table, so no one could play with me.
Just you.
Just me. I don't want no interference. I don't want your little $5 bet interfering with my dice. Nigga.
Right.
Yeah,
Keep
you
that
be
broke
thinking
shit
all
over
that
there.
shit.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
yeah, that's real gambling shit though. But again, now it's controlled. So it's like I'm not the same as I was. So when you say what would I tell my 20-year-old self, have the control and discipline from then. I have a lot more money then.
Discipline is for real, man.
Yeah, you gotta have it.
Yeah, it's a lot to it though. But being with Phil, I learned everything about gambling.
Is
The
gatekeeping
stuff I didn't know, he taught me. He's a monster.
He'll be on all them TV shows and all them.
He's a monster.
The poker tournaments and stuff.
Best in everything. Like I never met a person like him. Like he's different.
I was going to talk about the gatekeeping shit, but I want to piggyback off what you were saying. Like, when you got all this money, you at the height.
Yeah.
You seem like a dude that, like, you was like basically like a managing person. Like, how do you talk to somebody when they on top of the world? Like, did your brother listen to you? If he might be going down the wrong path?
Another great question, Rob. That's another great question. Depends on your relationship. For me, it was always direct. I didn't beat around the bush with nobody.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. If I seen something, I say something. Or I feel, I tell you. That was just the nature of how I built all my relationships with anyone. My nickname was Joe Hard because I was very hard on when I spoke to people or dealt with people. But again, I'm not dealing with them from a bad place. I'm dealing with them from a very good place, but just direct and honest, you know. My brother got to a point, again, it's a great question. I always make jokes with BJ because that was his best friend.
Okay.
And I would make jokes with BJ. I said, okay, BJ, you got him now. And what did that mean is when I spoke to him early days, if I say go left, he went left. Go right, he go right. Jump, he jumped. No questions asked. He got bigger and more powerful, which is what I want to do. So it's not like I'm mad, but then he stopped listening as much. And I would have to send messages, Fat Joe, call him, from other people after I already told him, and then he'd catch it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I understood that. See, when you say a manager, yeah, that's what you're supposed to be looking at. Is you got to see, to get the result you want, what's stopping it, and figure it out.
Right.
No matter what it is. If it's my brother saying no, and I'm like, I know this is better, I got to figure out how to get him to say yes. And I would get all the people around him, BJ, tell him this one, tell him that, and then a lot of times he take it like he didn't even know it came from me.
Right.
It don't matter to me. I don't care for the accolades. You know what I'm saying? I cared about getting the money. That's it. Give me the money. Pay me for what I do. That's it.
That's like a great trait to have in life because it's like everybody receive things differently, and you got to know how to talk to everybody.
I'm blessed in that sense where I was able to maintain my composure, talk to people. You know, coming from Queens is like people. If you ever come to New York, you see Queens, or people tell you they're from Queens. Queens, in my opinion, is very well-rounded types of individuals. I can go to the worst hood. I can go to the white shit. I can go to this, you know what I'm saying? And the same level of respect is coming through. That's very hard to do. You come from certain places in Brooklyn, you just talk a little more aggressive. People get more intimidated, get scared. You know, and I'm sure Philly has the same exact thing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Chicago has the same exact thing. I understand it, but that's when I look at, when everyone says where you from, again, you could even, everyone from Queens, they have that trait to them.
Right.
Every one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, no matter good or bad, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They have that.
Yeah.
That's a queen's trait. That is a queen's thing to me.
No, I was gonna piggyback off that question when he asked you. You know, somebody was that big, like, you know, could you talk to him? Do you feel like is anybody above getting checked, or you know, that's like?
Are they in your circle? If they're in your circle, no one's above nothing. And if they put themselves above everyone, they're not in your circle, bro. Irv, Ja, they could not move and not listen to everybody that's in their circle. It's not real. Then you might as well do it by yourself. So
I want to ask you about, I be seeing like this, the checking in culture. The murdering check-in. The murdering check-in when they went to other cities.
You know, again, keep it a buck. Okay. I'm going to explain it like this. Are we cool?
Yeah.
Should I come to Philly and not say what's up?
No, you should.
I should say what's up.
Right.
Did I just check in?
No. Technically.
That's checking in.
It is.
That's what they flipped it for suckers.
Right.
That's the facts. Again, they flipped it for the suckers because they was exploiting certain people. Oh, you got it.
They extorting dudes.
Again, I'm not the toughest dude. I'll never make it. I'm a man first.
Right.
I'm gonna die on my feet.
Right.
And I'm with it to that extent, no matter what, from respect or whatever. I dealt with every savage you could imagine coming through with Murder Inc.
Right.
You know, in every state. It wasn't too many I didn't deal with.
Right.
Again, when I see Big U, shout out Big U. Hold your head. 20 joints, I didn't know that man. I didn't check in. But when I'm in LA, yo, what you doing? Suge, what's up? Suge came to New York.
Right.
He didn't check in, I checked on him. Yeah. But of course, when I go to LA and you don't do it, right? Fair exchange is no robbery. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He always checked in after that. That's family. Right. Jay Prince. Come on. Who do you want me to name? Jimmy Henchman. Who do you want me to name? I mean, niggas that was putting in work. Right. Magic. Nigga in LA. Robbed everybody. Tried to rob us mad time. It took the violence to get us cool.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It took the standoff, I won't even say violence, the standoffs to get us cool. He said, no one wants that pressure. Right. No one wants that pressure. That's why when you hear niggas talking, they lying. They ain't really been dealt with no real pressure before in their life. No one wants that pressure. We all want the same thing as humans. We want to walk out that door, live a great life, and take care of our friends and family. It ain't got nothing else to do with nothing else.
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind. That is peace of mind. When you can't walk out that door with that, you don't have peace of mind.
Absolutely not.
Who wants to be looking over their shoulder every day?
Nobody.
Really? Man. That's why niggas might have got police. That's why a lot of niggas might have went to the fucking police for help. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, I just want niggas to really understand what's real. This is what's the name of this podcast?
Let's keep it 100,
well, let's
baby.
do it then. Because I hate, that's something that for me, again, I'm not the most street nigga. I'm not the toughest nigga. I just know I'm no punk.
Right.
Like I fought. I'm with the smoke, whatever it is. I used to tell niggas, I told Jimmy, get your gun. We meet in the parking lot. We figure it out. If that's what it's coming to.
Yeah. Right.
I'm the dude that went to the last resort to before I got to that point.
Well, hey, bro, can you shut that window for me, bro, please?
But you understand? So if we gonna keep it 100, let's do it, because that's the part that fucks with me the most when I watch these other niggas on in front of these cameras and what they talking and saying. I mean, and it's a bunch of them. It's like, come on, I know you guys know better. I know it's entertainment, that's cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you could put two and two together, especially if you any type of street official type of person. You don't need me to explain it and show it. You don't need to. The moves they make is sucker moves, period. I don't know no real nigga that would make any of the moves these niggas be making. And that's simple as that. It's like, what cloth you from? I don't care. It's over there. Keep it away from me. That's it. but I don't see it. It's like like anything you want to bring up, I could show you what I'm talking about. It's very easy. Like, and I don't need to have to be the one to explain it and get in the middle of it. For what? Who want to do that? Who want to do that? I never felt pressure. I'm going to say that. I never felt pressure. So what pressure is it? What was it? I know niggas felt pressure. You heard me? I know niggas felt pressure. Why? Because they were niggas I know, that I raised, that watched me put in work.
Right.
So they know. You understand? I ran down on some of them and told them, don't make me see your mama, boy. If you don't talk to me, it makes me feel like you have a problem with me. That don't make sense?
Right.
It's like, it's simple. Right. I'm not doing nothing crazy. I'm just keeping it a buck. Absolutely. That's it. We known each other since then. Now you acting funny? How is that possible? What did I do? Get your money with the nigga. Go ahead. It's all good, nigga. I don't give a fuck. But if you don't talk to me, or if you see me and you walk the other way, I think you doing so. I'm a hunter. I'm not ever going to be hunted. You understand? That's just who I am.
Can you get mad at people for certain shit, though? Because, like you said, like, all right, certain people in the industry and shit. You know the industry, I don't, but I'm just going on the street aspect. You getting money with these dudes now, certain niggas over there might not like you, fuck with you, but you gotta some people kind of gotta go to where they getting the money at, and you know in the streets it's kind of not no in between.
That's another great question, Rob. You hit me with real questions. And I'm gonna give you real answers. And this is what it's again, there's not a perfect answer to that, because you have to analyze, is it business or is it street business? See, if you fucking with someone's enemy, I'll give you a story with Irv, with Jay-Z and Nas at the time when they was beefing. But if you fucking with someone's enemy and you getting them money or helping them get money, the person is looking at it like, you really trying to be the demise of me. Mm-hmm. But when it's business, it's just competition, right? It's not physical. So you have to answer that. In order to answer that fairly, if it's physical, because if it's physical and you helping someone that wants to harm me get money, then I might say you're my enemy too.
Right.
But if it's just business, you have to be bigger-minded and open-minded to understand it's competition. And this game is all competition. Right. Nike and Adidas, nigga, fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's competition, right? But they still survive and they do great. You have to take that approach. Yeah. So that's what I said with Irv. Irv wanted to sign Nas. Nas was gonna sign to Murder Inc., another one. He did the record called The Pledge. Go listen. He's pledging allegiance to Murder Inc. on that record. Right. It's just that Steve Stout and them kind of blocked it at the last minute. But at the end of the day, he was signing to Murder Inc., and Irv went to Jay-Z before he did it. And he says, yo, what would you think if I signed Nas?
Hold up. Hey, bro, can you just turn that down for me, please? Oh, you're good.
You know what I'm saying? He goes and says, yo, what would you think if I signed Nas, put him to Murder Inc.? And Jay was like, almost in shock. You could see his face.
Right. Was this at the
And Irv said, yo, it'll be good business. It'll be a good business. And Jay was like, yeah, it'll be good business. But he being sarcastic.
Right.
Because they had beef. But again, this is when was it real beef or not?
Right. I got a question.
I'll tell you off air without, everything. But at the end of the day, he told Irv it was okay if you did it. But that's what made Jay go fuck with 50, just so he could show Irv how it felt.
But let me ask you this, Chris.
He did the whole tour with Reebok, with his sneaker, and 50 had his shit. And then he came back and told Irv, yeah, it was good business.
Wow.
But that was like, that's kind of past that type of business.
No, that's tit for tat, baby. If you're going to do it, then I could do it. Don't be mad. That's your enemy. But I'm going to go get money with him.
Okay.
And we went on tour and all of that. And Irv was sitting there. That's when he realized he really fucked up. Okay. Like, damn, I should have never did that to Jay. And on top of that, Nas and them backed out at the deal. So it's like, damn, you did that for nothing and got nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But didn't Jay signed Nas later on? They wound up doing a collab. So how did Irv feel about that?
It's over.
Yeah, once they squash it on their
Once
own.
they squash their beef, it's over. Irv and Nas, like, but that's not why we didn't get our deal. It's 'cause- So it was over though. Jay and them are friends and everything. Everyone's kumbaya. You know what I'm saying?
Do you care?
But that was a big lesson for Irv because I told him don't do it. I said you can't. He's like, nah, let's go. So we went to Baseline to talk to Jay. And again, like my mistakes is I fucked up with a bunch of overtime and dumb shit. But some of these business moves, I had it down perfect. And I told her that's not one. That really tarnished at that moment, and it took a lot to get back, you know?
Do you care that people affiliate 50 with y'all? Like
Yeah,
whenever you look y'all up and shit?
We're synonymous is forever.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do?
it is what it is.
It's like I told her with Ashanti, that's forever. You can't know. You know, she says they wasn't in a relationship. They was in a relationship. I was their therapist going from the hotel to the next.
That's how he be with my relationships.
You understand? Like when she say that, I'm like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know, I used to go and get you, talk to you, then go and tell Herb what she said, then go and tell you what Herb said. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Don't do that. But at the end of the day, that's what makes what went on with them so real. And I would tell everyone, and again, I would tell everyone, like, in a relationship, let me go talk to your exes. How many can I talk to that's gonna talk anywhere near calmly as she did for him? And then Irv kept going too far, constantly. But like he said, there was an interviewer that said, why do you always talk about Ashanti? He said, bitch, because you always ask. Right. And Irv is a straight shooter.
Honest.
He's not going to fucking hide. He's like, that's why I talk about it, because everyone keeps talking about it.
What you want him to do?
And that's real. And it's like, you know, she should understand that too. Like if you're in the limelight, they asked the question. It wasn't little, it was big. You know? And again, but it's for her to act like it ain't Murder Inc. that made her is a or Irv made her. It's crazy.
Right.
She had 3 deals before him.
That ain't work out.
You understand what I'm saying? Like something with y'all chemistry worked out. Respect it. That's all. Not saying you have to talk about the nigga, but respect the magic that was made. That's all I said. See, I'm always in the middle. Irv hate when I take her position, and you know what I'm saying? But I never took Irv's position with her.
Right.
But I'm doing it because he ain't here now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let no one talk about my brother. You're gonna have a problem. Right. Simple and plain. In that, especially someone who he made that career. Like, I was there. Like, he made you sing records the way you sang them. Because you would have never sang it that way if it was up to you. You know, Steve Jobs and Bill Wozniak. Steve Wozniak. Do you know who Wozniak is? Steve Wozniak? He's the guy that built. He's his tech guy.
Okay.
And I only bring this up because it relates. It's all the same. And he said Steve Jobs used to always beef with him because Wozniak said, I built the code for Apple. I wrote it. So, and Steve Jobs would say, yeah, but you're a great coder. But if I left it up to you, you make it like every fucking other idiot great coder. It's Apple because I told you what to do. You understand? That's Irv's magic. No matter what. That's his legacy.
Sing it like this, sing it like that.
Don't do that.
Do that.
Don't do it. He's a real producer. So I've been in rooms where these other producers, they not real producers. They beat makers and literally you get on their beats. No, he really produced you. Anyone that worked with him on any capacity of a real capacity where it wasn't just getting some money because you paying $250,000. That's how big I took it. From 5,000, I took it to 250 a track in less than 2 years. You understand? He became the biggest producer, and that's how Murder Inc. gets started. That's how Murder Inc. gets started. Tom McTola comes and says, hey, I want to give you a record deal. He told us originally, I want to buy 4 beats. That's over $1 million plus. I'm like, let's get that mean. We go to Justin's, which is Diddy's restaurant in the city at the time, and Dave McPherson, the president of Sony, come, and he says, Tommy doesn't want to buy beats. He wants to give you a record label. So we didn't have a name for Murder Inc. Nothing. It all came because I put my head down with him, and we worked, and we got busy with music, producing. Ran that 5,000 up to 250.
2 years.
And then next thing you know, we got a record deal.
That's crazy.
That's a fact. That's how it happened.
Do you
How about I'll give you another fact that people don't know. This one is going to fuck you up. This is why it's all smoke and mirrors. Don't believe all of this fake shit that's out here. You hear me, all you YNs out there? A lot of fake shit out there. 50 Cent has signed to Columbia Records. Tina Davis is A&R. She paid for 4 beats from Irv Gotti in Top Dog Productions. We charge her the love rate of $50,000 a track, $200,000 for 4 beats. We got a check out of his budget for $100,000. So you tell me, where's the beef? If he wanted beats from us, why would we ever get that done? Why would she ever do that if it's some real beef? You see, this is the fake shit that people don't understand. And I'm like, there's so much things. It's like, but come on, it's corny. It's 20-some years and we still talking. That's the shit. See, whenever you get successful doing something, whatever it is, you go back to it. 20 years later, that's all he do. But people don't, I have to tell you that so you see it. They're like, oh shit, that's what he's doing. He shit on everybody. Everyone, no one's exempt. Because it worked for him the first time. Changed his whole fucking trajectory, his whole life, everything. You think he gonna not do that? Nigga, please.
Do you care about that type of shit though? When
I
he troll,
I
when your
don't
brother
care.
died,
That's what he
shit
do,
like that?
and he's very good at it. And he's smart. The dude is witty. Like, I understand all of that shit, but it's fake to me. I never felt pressure. But if you only listen to him, niggas was under stress. Nah, not a chance, bro. Not a chance. But you know, if you find out who was really hiding, what's his song, In the Club. I was in every fucking club without no security, just my niggas. If he went in, he was with fucking police. He could say what he want. He was just at the Knick game with Eve Rivera. Ask Eve who he is. Eve is a big video director. Eve was like either, I believe, a top detective or a fed. And that was the dude. Eve and I know each other. Shout out Eve Rivera. He's a big director now. But what did he tell you? What he told me, he's like, yeah. He said the things we had to think about for you guys. I'm not thinking about you, homie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They worry because it was real from our side. Like we caught him, it was gonna go down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's the reality. You know what I'm saying?
Damn it.
It's crazy, but it is what it is. And again, it's 20 years ago. And how about this? I don't know you. How could I have a beef with you and I don't know you?
Y'all don't have no personal ties at all?
None. No personal ties, nigga. Zero. Ja didn't know him. Irv definitely don't know him, and I definitely don't know him. Ever met him? Never.
But they say 50 through it. Like, you know how the streets
you
talk
already-
and all that stupid shit.
See,
So
again,
when
y'all got me
people
going.
shit get in your
Because
head,
this is the 100. This is the 100, right?
Let's keep 100. Only time we lie.
Crazy.
like if you get
DJ Clue.
Go ahead.
I got receipts, my nigga.
Right.
Invites me to a basketball game. Chelsea Pierce. Other industry folks is there. Bernard, what up? Clue, what up? They invited 50 Cent, Bang'em Smurf. I don't know these niggas.
Right.
We're all playing basketball on the same court.
Together.
Yes. I keep hearing chitter chatter. Yo, my man, do I know you?
Right.
I grab the ball. I'm like, what's up? Do I know you, nigga? Like, Bang Smurf run over with that smirk. 50 got that smirk on his face. And Bang Smurf run over and say, come on, Fifth. When he say Fifth, I said, oh, this must be the mixtape, nigga.
Oh, that's back then when you ain't really
No,
couldn't
but
put a
I don't
face
know
to the
what he
music.
looked, but
Yeah,
I
you
don't know
what
him.
people-
If I
you
knew
don't know
him,
back then, you don't know what people
This
look
is
like.
the origination of the very beginning, the essence, like early days.
Okay.
He just started doing a couple mixtapes. But if I knew him, I would have knew he's in the gym. I don't know him.
Right.
I grabbed the ball, and he said, Smurf was like, come on, Fifth, come on, Fifth. I said, oh, that must be this nigga. Start playing. Play some ball. You know, a couple hard fouls. I asked him if he want to fucking keep playing ball or what's up. You don't want no problems. Let's play ball. And that's how that was my first. I never left without it. It's in my bag. Bernard goes to get his wallet because he asked me to hold it. I box on Bernard. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't go in my fucking bag. Oh, my fault, Chris. I go and get him his wallet. Them niggas get up out the gym. So I call my niggas because the crack house is literally 5 minutes away. Yo, this nigga was over here. Yeah. So I'm thinking he might be setting up. They come in, nobody's outside. But that's my first time encountered with him. You know, and that's, like I said, that's Clue, that's fucking Bernard. Them niggas at the gym got quiet. Because they know what Clue knew who he inviting. Like, why you calling me to come play with this nigga then?
Yeah, you know
what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Look.
But let's keep it 100 then. Let's keep it going.
Absolutely.
I respect the energy. I respect what you
it.
giving us, man.
But at the end of the day, it's all good. Like, I'm not harping on none of this shit, but I like, if we're going to talk, like, what is, like I said, if people just look at what I'm saying, then you ain't got to ask me about it. Let that nigga do what he doing. You know what I'm saying? But it's real sucker shit at the end of the day, taking niggas down. Like, he the equivalent of fucking Whack 100 over here. Damn near telling on everybody. Like, I'm like, yo, Whack, how you the one? How you the one?
How you never get, like,
that
how
you
you
got
know
all
everything?
the info.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. I mean,
why
Whack
I gotta
like
be
a
the
couple
one
of our
saying
jokes,
it's
so we ain't
crazy?
gonna shit on Whack,
Like,
but he do know everything.
It's
don't
like,
he?
how you in the middle of all of these different things? Why don't you let it
Now,
ride
never
and
come
then
get
jump
him.
in?
Yeah, wait till it go. Let it go.
Like,
let
why
it
you
run
wanna
its
do
course.
that?
Yeah, run its course first.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, this is what it is, man. It's like, and once these cameras started, that's what you've seen across the board. The realest niggas got in front of cameras doing shit that ain't real. So that's why I was like, shh, I'm out. I'm retired, bro. I'm over here. I got a basketball league, nigga. CPL.
Let's
nigga.
talk about
We're
something
gonna talk about the
positive.
basketball
What's
league.
going on with the basketball
I
league?
got a fucking professional basketball league.
I'm starting. I'm joining.
I just want to be a
Well, look,
spectator.
you got to get a coach to pick you up. You ain't gonna come in there looking out of shape, bro.
I'm in shape.
Well, you bet. Listen,
This
this
is
ain't.
shape.
What I'm saying is, this ain't no little. This is real ballers. Like,
No, Chris,
these
we
are
just
niggas
trying
that
to
play
come out there.
overseas or they all play D1. This ain't like just street ball. Now you could get in if you're a street baller and it's nice, but there's a coach that's gonna pick you.
So you got to really try out.
Yeah.
You got to go to combine. And the coach got to put you in on the draft.
You gotta get the weight room. You gotta hit everything.
everything.
Yeah.
Nah, you got to be serious.
So where's the league
We
at?
play in Harlem.
Harlem.
On Sundays. It starts up in end of September, goes right to. It's only 3 months, right to the end of December, right before Christmas, and it's over.
Oh, yeah, we out there.
You know, it's a great transition. Give everyone a little Christmas money. Everyone get paid though. All the players, the reps, the coaches, everyone's paid. It's a professional league. Right now, I'm in a couple deals. I'm out here talking to Chauncey Billups. I'm trying to bring in Big Shot in. I got Raj Strickland in. I got Baron Davis in. I got Kendrick Perkins in. I'm looking to close Kevin Garnett. Come on, KG, stop playing. Let's go, boy. You know what I'm saying? This is real. And I'm not stopping. Carmelo Anthony said he coming. So at the end of the day, this is what I'm doing, and it's a pro league, and I could expand it and bring it to Philly. I could expand, like, think of basketball and D1. Let's just think D1.
Right.
There's only but 2 rounds in the NBA. So what is that? 32 teams. That's 64 players. That's it. Most of that is going to be European players, right? That's where it's at now. So let's say you had 32 players, American players, that is getting picked in the first 2 rounds in the NBA. Everyone else got to figure out how to go overseas. Now, when you go overseas, the problem is, whatever country you go to, it's got to be 80% of that country that plays for that team. Only 2 players from America, or maybe 3, could play on each team. So it's a very limited amount. Now you're talking about people that are already in position, so it's not like you're getting a brand new 3.
Right.
They're not letting everyone go. They might need 1. Right. And if you don't have the agent that has the relationship in all these different countries, you fucked. Yeah. Okay, this is the opportunity I'm creating for these players. They need a place to play. They play D1. NIL deals now is going crazy, and then they got nowhere to go. You're stuck. That's what I'm creating with CPL, the Clash Pro League. You can watch it on Clash TV. All the games is up there. Go look at it, and you'll see shit is fucking fire. That's dope.
Is there any players that we know that's going to be in there? I know you was naming people,
Again,
but they might.
Let's see. Okay, so we had Anthony Mason's son.
Okay.
You know, he led the league nation in scoring in college. So that's the type of player he was or is. All of these guys play overseas, like a Delroy, you know what I mean? two Holloway, another national scoring leader in college. Now he plays overseas, plays in my league. So, I mean, over 86% of my players played in either D1 or international basketball.
Right, that's dope.
Some played in the NBA, but they didn't last long.
Right.
I have a few players, Terry Roberts, he plays in the G League. He got shot out here. He's from Long Island, came to Philly, got shot. They drop him. He comes and plays in my league, gets back in shape, and they pick him right back up. Dude is a hell of a story. I can't wait I'm doing a whole piece on him, like a story on him, because that's a big story.
We pulling up, but look, before we was on camera, you said you brought Kobe to the
come
to the
on.
Rucker.
So, again,
Did y'all ever have a team in that Rucker, that big
Murder
top?
Inc.
Yeah, that whole Rucker joint. They said
I got videos I'm about to post. I'll show it to y'all when we off air so
Yeah, I
you
wanna
can
see
see
them
who's with
Joe.
me, Irv, Ja, and Fat Joe. And we talking mad shit.
yeah, they said fat.
See, this is what's missing to me in street ball. It was guys like us that was recruiting all these NBA players to come play for us, which made the street ball shit elevate. That's what made Rucker go crazy. And it's different than the Drew League. All those NBA players go out there, but it's inside. They're not given the opportunity to a street baller to play against them. They don't want to get embarrassed. Everyone's afraid of this right now.
that goddamn
Right?
camera.
They don't want
Kobe
to get
went to
crossed
all
up.
that shit.
Yeah, Kobe was with it.
Kobe was with all the
They
smoke.
said KD was with it too.
KD was with all the smoke.
AI.
Killer.
Yeah.
I'm saying Vince Carter,
Yeah,
Steve Francis,
Stephon
all of
Marbury.
them. Marbury was a monster. He's got to be the biggest or the best NBA street baller ever because he played the most games.
Do you think he's the best New York player of all time? One of them?
Best New York player of all time. It's
mean-
hard to say. Didn't Kareem Lou Alcindor come from New York? Bro, come on, man.
I mean, well, yeah. Well, he had the biggest. I just think.
Everyone discounted because he's a center.
Yeah, that's back in the day.
Like they
man.
don't
You
even put
can't-
him in the GOAT conversation with all his accolades.
He was number one for how many years?
How many and then MVPs in the finals and
Who
all
you
that.
go? You a Michael Jordan guy?
Jordan?
If you're LeBron, I'm sorry. Is he LeBron?
Yes, he is.
Goddamn
Do you
right.
see all of the crying he doing?
Bro, so what?
Like you can't be the
No,
leader.
I'm gonna tell you this.
then
Come
you
on,
ain't
Chris.
keeping it 100. Cut this
No,
out.
fuck that.
Yes, I
Fuck
get
that,
it.
cause
Get it.
I ain't gonna lie, they caught Brian the other night. He like this, and he looked up. He looked up, peek his eye. But it's like, come on, bro. He like, I get hit all the time, and they look, Brian, you big as shit. You.
What do you think?
So now
Shaq
he gotta
didn't get
flop.
hit? You think no one got hit? You
No,
think
but you
it's
gotta
only him?
flop a little bit.
Stop. No, you don't. Yo, Rob, you just went down on my team. For being slow. I was holding you up here, bro. And I'm gonna tell you because you said you gotta flop. See, that's this new mentality. The reality is every star gets fouled crazy. Go ahead and watch Curry. The little light-skinned nigga. I know.
Your light-skinned brother.
No. He's light-skinned. I'm not light-skinned, bro. Don't get it fucked up. See, there's a difference in light-skinned. It's a mindset. It's a mentality. That's what Drake light-skinned nigga.
Okay.
There's a difference in mindset.
We didn't give you Drake.
But at
Curry
the
a
end of the day,
monster, but go ahead.
Curry's a killer, though.
Yeah.
But watch how they hold him, grab him. They're not calling no fouls. You don't see him running to the refs. Hey, help me. You're the best player out there. You get all the calls. You want even more. That's
He don't get all the
crazy.
calls.
How many
You know
calls?
you know who get all the calls? Who? Shea Gildress. They give a different dude a good 3-year stretch. James Harden back in the day. Oh my stars. How many calls he used to get? Shea goes to the line 20 times a game. Joel Embiid, when he was 2 years ago, last 2 years,
Is this why you think the
Embiid
game
lived
is
at the
fixed?
line.
This is why you feel it's fixed?
No, the refs just got their favorites.
LeBron
we
ain't
saw-
the favorite no more.
No,
No, bro, Ben not the
Oh, you
favorite.
LeBron too?
no, but he's not the favorite.
We gonna talk off here. I don't want to kill that nigga. I fuck with LeBron. Shout out
Shout out
LeBron.
to
Shout out
Shout out LeBron.
It don't matter. He
James.
still flopped too much. I would tell him if he hit. Remember, you ask, how do you talk to someone that's like this? My nigga, you're the best player out there. You cannot flop. You're leading a whole nation of kids that's flopping now because of your actions. You got to have some type of responsibility for that. You got to own up to that. You can't just write it off. And then you keep getting caught with you faking it, with not even being touched. There's so many clips that he wasn't even touched. And he's flopping. Like, you tell me one time you seen Michael Jordan do that.
See, y'all always do this
No,
shit.
I'm asking
y'all
a
gotta
question.
stop that because
I'm
it's
asking
not
a question.
Michael Jordan shit is not
He was really getting fouled.
No, they don't be capturing the moments of him. Jordan done a lot of whole shit. Jordan went and complained to the ref. Yo, man, he fucking keep touching me. Keep following me.
Yes.
The ref said, really, Michael?
Yes.
He did.
He said, really, Michael?
I'm going to make sure I watch it.
Blow the whistle. Foul on number. I said, what the fuck?
Yeah. So imagine.
So come on, that's still bitching to the ref. Like, come on, bro.
Yes, absolutely. He did. See, I'm not taking that away.
He just a Jordan fan. He not gonna see it.
I'm not taking that away. The reality is, you saying that the cameras wasn't on that man? All they had these cameras on that man.
Not like the social media shit.
Are you
like
kidding
the way
me?
they zooming in on
No,
every
don't do
little
that.
thing.
Yo, Rob, again, you dropping.
I can't wait till Brian drop his last dance, because a lot of you motherfuckers is getting
How come he didn't
exposed.
step to Kevin Gates?
Oh yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
You
He got 2 phones, don't he?
We want to take the high road, man. We take the high road.
Can't do that, see?
Yes, you can.
Nah, you
You
can't.
might can step to him after the game. We ain't going to draw on you mean?
Kevin Gates would say it.
He wasn't Stephen.
He'll say it. He that type of dude.
I'm sure Kevin Gates is that type
No,
of dude.
meaning
but-
he would say if he stepped to him or said something, he would say it.
Yeah,
End
but
of
it's
the
not
day,
worth it.
again, it's LeBron, man.
Yeah.
He's great. Don't get it fucked up. He's great. I could give you reasons why he can't be the best as the GOAT.
Look, we gonna talk. We gonna talk about it off camera.
That's why I just
I got a
said.
2-part question real quick
Go
because
ahead.
it's on this cuss a little bit because I want to do with the basketball and the music.
I never, if anyone says, I don't mean to cut
go
you
ahead,
off,
you good.
but if anyone says he's the GOAT, I never argue with them.
Okay.
I never, because his numbers is so real. You can't fight those numbers, but I always would tell people numbers, they say they don't lie, but they don't always tell the truth.
40 years young, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Steroids is real. Juice. Yeah, I'm listening.
So this is like so going back to basketball and the record industry. I mean the record labels. When they say like you saying how LeBron and Mike was the GOAT.
Yeah.
How you feel about like older guys shitting on the younger guys and they instead of paving
In music?
both? It's to go to NBA. Just how like you see like
I never do it. I would never do it. No matter when they were saying mumble rap, just because I don't like it, it had a place in this moment. Okay. And again, it's the culture. It's all underneath this one roof we call culture. That's what we control and own. We should never give it up. Okay. And again, to me, that's the divide and conquer they always want to see. So I would never shit on these younger rappers. It's your turn. My turn is past. My turn as the OG is to educate you, put you on the game, not to take your game. Well, it's your job. It's your time. Get it. I'm supporting you. You know what I'm saying? If I was to be like, shout out Little Dirk. You know what I'm saying? I'm a huge Dirk fan. Again, huge Lil Baby fan. Of course, I like Drake, Kendrick, and them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not as, again, it's just what it is. I support them all. I want to see them win. They come from the same thing we come from. This is the mindset I'm under. See, that's why people don't have that same mindset. Hey, you do what you do. I do what I do. That's all. Like, I want to see niggas win no matter what. I'm not for the Little Nas X's, though. I'm going to keep it a buck.
So you want to sign him, even if he was
Not
like
a
on
chance.
blow?
straight face, no.
See what you said? Because people do shit for money.
Right.
Yeah, he's very successful. But I don't like the agenda.
Right.
I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. We grew up and things changed in my opinion. Like, in my opinion, things changed.
Boosie said if I was in the front of the BET Awards, I'd get up there and beat his ass if he took that shit off.
Shout out Boosie. Shout out Lil Boosie.
I'd beat his ass if he took his pants off on stage.
You understand what I'm saying, though? Like, we're going too far. I was just watching something, see, I go into politics, that they're putting all of this stuff in for the kids. And again, I don't know, I'm not a politician. I don't play politics. Muhammad Ali said, live morally correct, not politically correct. To me personally, I took that very serious. What I mean is, how are they pushing this agenda for transgenders and this to kids in like kindergarten? Whose agenda is this really? Right. To teach kids these kind of things? And I'm not saying people are not out here like that. But if you was bipolar, they give you a medicine. So what is being transgender? What is you think I identify as a woman? If that's not bipolar, how is that normal? That's all I'm saying. It's like, how do they just pass it like it's cool? And then what else that really gets me is they always want to put it next to Black history, what Black people went through. Like, this is what they going through. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, they trying to compare.
Don't do
their
that.
pain
That
to
is so
ours.
disrespectful to us. And no one says nothing. This is why I can't fuck with people. Because the people in power have to speak up for that. And again, as much as you like or dislike Trump, him saying that there's only two genders, to me is
real.
It's great.
It's real.
He's keeping it 100.
Keep it all the way 100. But you
Okay.
you also know, like, you've been on the top tier, and I'm sure y'all done had sponsors and all that shit. I don't feel like you can say anything you want to say. Some motherfuckers got a muzzle on.
Nah, we didn't get that many sponsors, bro. Because we didn't just conform. See, that's another thing you have to look at. Go ahead and take a look at our history. I didn't conform. Irv definitely ain't conforming. Like, nigga, nah. We standing on what it is, and that's it. Good or bad, and money never made us. It never was the motivation of, I gotta get to this money, because that's the ones that fell under that pressure. You dangle that money, and then they doing all types of shit. Something strange. They doing something strange for that change, baby. No.
You I want to talk about you married or anything?
I was.
Okay.
I turned that in.
All right. So look, I want to talk about you see what's going on nowadays. Like, what you think about the woman nowadays? I feel like they all just got like a stripper hoe mentality to where they want to exploit men for every resource.
We gotta get you out of Philly.
Not all women.
We gotta get you out of West Philly.
The rapping woman, they propagate
the rapper.
The rapping
like
woman,
Sexy Red,
the rapper woman.
The rapper woman is it's so bad today, but to me, it's very normal because women have always, as sad as it is, I got 5 sisters. I got a daughter. I'm not playing any woman game, but the woman has always used what they got to get what they want for the most part. For the most part. So when you see that, that's all they're doing. You know, Cardi B was a stripper. Shout out Cardi. She was a stripper. To reach these heights, for her to rap a little bit provocative, pales in comparison to what she was doing to make a living.
It's nothing.
You know what I'm saying? And again, unbelievable, amazing job. Shout out Cardi. So how do I take that away? Because she's changing lives. She changed faith. So when you say that, it's like, damn, as much as I don't like it, it makes it very hard raising a girl, a young lady in this time, because even on social media, you're looking at OnlyFans bitches making all this money. Right? Think about what I'm telling you. Like, these OnlyFans girls is making bread. And it's like, damn, but what's happening is it's polluting the mind of all these young girls and saying, I could do that too. And then the superficial side of it, again, the Kim Kardashian effect. I call it the Kim Kardashian effect because they started a big wave when the sex tape came out. And she said, I'm coming. That was the end of it. She went, boom, it took off. It was over. Like, you crazy? And now so many girls feel they could do the same thing. She wasn't special. And then she got the money and she got done up. And then it leads to everything, you know, one after another. I know we was talking about someone else. I forgot what comedian was saying. I think it was Chris Rock. And he said, Beyonce could work at Burger King and a man could still scoop her up and take her, give her a whole new life. But Jay-Z, he'd be stuck at Burger King. He would never get Beyonce. You understand? He would never get that.
Yeah, that's fact.
And that's crazy, but that's real. That's what we have to deal with as men. You know what I'm saying?
Are you like, so when you all the way up
You
here,
have a daughter?
Yes.
That's why. See?
Yeah.
Man, I overstand.
Scary,
I got a
bro.
daughter. My daughter's 25. I taught her how to be gangster, everything. Like, it's a lot of time you got to put in with her.
Right.
You got to lead, in my opinion. You're her male role model.
Show her the right way.
My daughter understands who she is, her values, everything. Shout out Crystal. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to think about her doing these crazy things that's out here in front of her. All of that. I got a bunch of nieces and everything. I mean, it's a lot of work, bro. And I had to show them.
Yeah.
It's not like you could just tell them. They had to see uncle or daddy go get this girl, go get that, and show them how stupid it is. Not like I'm abusing, but it's like, it's nothing to me. It's like, do you understand this is what the mindset is? And I'm not even a bad dude. Like, I don't operate like that. Yeah. And once you have your daughter, you don't want the karma.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So I changed all of my karma after my daughter. She don't know that. She just heard it now. But I promise you I did.
So,
You know what I'm saying? She's 25 now, so.
Do you, like when you at the height, are you like afraid, like you see what's going on now, like this, like they exploiting all the black men,
You gotta be specific.
like
in what?
were y'all scared back in the day, like when you at the top and you got all this money, do you think somebody just targeting you for money, like you see what's going on with Shannon Sharp, the woman trying to, get
They
in?
put themselves in those positions. They've always been out there.
Okay.
Okay, Shannon, you fucked up, homie. Whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. Now you got to deal with the consequences of dealing with something like that already. And if you put your mat down,
Right.
I could give niggas a class on how to be a real nigga with bitches, and they would understand that would never happen to real niggas. You leave yourself vulnerable because the way you talking to her from the door, the way you acting with her from the door, these bitches is doing what you want. And I don't call them bitches like that. These women, let's leave it there. But they do, if you're a man, they're following your lead.
Right.
Now, they could have an agenda. You're giving them the wiggle room to create something that shouldn't be created.
Right.
And then, everyone's recording shit today. And it's
Scary, bro.
This shit is spooky. These are spooky hours out here, boy.
Spooky hours ain't the word.
You need to wear your mask when you out here.
That's why sometimes I be trying, I don't like relationships, but I be like,
it's safe.
yeah, it's safe. It's safe, bro.
It's safe. How old are you?
I'm 33.
It's all right. That's it. You
got a
good.
long time.
Jesus was 33. You still You good.
Yeah.
You
Look,
good, yo.
We
33.
gonna wrap it up with these couple joints I got
My
for
man
you.
just had a baby. Shout out Little De Niro, man. 55.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gun is loaded, nigga. Don't act like
Is it the
that.
gun still
Yo, that's like my biggest fear, bro. Cause I be like, I'm trying to have this shit out the way, but later on down in life, I'm like, I ain't trying.
The best
pop
thing is to
one
have
up.
kids early.
Yeah,
I'm
get it
blessed.
out
My
the way.
son is 36. I had him when I was 21, and my daughter's 25. The beauty of that is that I don't want to have more kids. Not necessarily wouldn't have more if I found the right one.
Right person.
She might want one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I would want to give it to her if that's the case. Pause. But no pause. What I'm saying. But that's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? If you get that, you would end up like, fuck it, let's figure this shit out. But the reality is I love that I don't have that. Like, I don't want to have no more kids, honestly. You know what I'm saying? If I had to speak my mind, but the fact that they're older, it's like it's a beautiful thing because I'm still young enough that we could hang out, we could talk. I got grandkids. I'm gonna be playing ball with them. Like when they get to their teens, I'm still gonna hoop with them and do that. And that to me is life. That's life. You know what I'm saying? That to me is life. Right
I want to ask you. We're gonna wrap it up with this. So it's basically, who had the bigger impact on the culture, rap wise, in their prime?
There's a lot. It's hard to pick one.
I'm just going. You
Hard
mean
to pick one.
you
put
can
this
say
together, too.
you can say pass or you can.
I don't pass.
There's a couple of them. All right, this your first one. 50 or Ja Rule.
Is that even a question?
Right.
Is that even a question? Ja Rule, nigga. Every rapper's singing and rapping today. Are you fucking kidding me? It's not even close.
You know what's crazy?
It's not even
I
close.
never
Ja's
noticed
still
that.
out and about.
Ja was the
Killing.
first one doing it, bro.
I never noticed that. When Freezy was in here and we watching the video, he said, "Yo, 50 stole Ja whole
Yeah.
job on the
It's
21 Questions video, getting out the jail, going to jail, talking to the
The
jail."
one with Vita in the video. That's
Yo,
something.
listen to me. It's not even.
that's
It's not
crazy.
even a question. Like to me, that's not even close, and that's not me. If anyone knows, if it was real the other way, I would have said pass.
Right.
That's who I am. I'm not gonna say nothing bad about my brother if that was the case.
Right.
But if it's not, I'm gonna tell you straight. So when you say you're gonna ask me, I go ahead. I'm gonna answer.
Right.
And have my reason for why I'm answering. But that's not even close.
Okay. Okay. So look,
But you know, haters is gonna hate.
Right.
They like this music. He talked that shit. Oh, cool. No problem.
it
He
don't
tried
gotta
to-
be hate. Sometimes people might not be remember.
Hate would be if
Ja-
they say fuck Ja and didn't even really get
right.
into him. That's
I
the
like
hate.
Ja Rule, but 50 impacted us more.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, 50 impacted us more. So I was a 50 fan. He
Okay.
impacted us more. Look,
No, it's fine. I know a lot more. I seen so many people with painters love tattoos, pictures of this nigga face.
but no, we fucked with Ja Rule for
It's
sure.
all good.
Ja Rule is
Ja
definitely that
still
nigga.
got, he's still relevant.
Hell yeah.
I know the niggas on tour all right now as we speak. Shout out Rule, nigga.
And then when I was a kid, they said I looked like Ja Rule. So
Word.
yeah,
Nobody ain't never said
I don't
that.
see it either. I didn't see it either. I don't see it either.
Keep it
but
100.
We gonna keep it
Come on,
100.
let's keep it 100.
No,
You big John Little nigga.
yeah,
Like, come on.
no, they really, no lie though. I would say no bullshit.
I need to see you with a do rag or something.
I can't wait. I gotta hold this shit up. They used to come, no lie. I went to the store, asked my mom, no bullshit.
made this shit up.
Look. I can't make this shit up. We went in the store, it's called Famous Footwear, and the girl said, "Oh my God, you look like Ja Rule." I said, "No, the fuck I
You
don't."
should have took her home.
I should have.
Get you
I
some
was a
gas
kid
and
though.
you up.
I was young.
Hold on, look, this the next one.
Next question.
Irv Gotti or Dr. Dre?
Woo. Again, Irv is the East Coast Dr. Dre. Dre is the number one producer.
Okay. We gonna go Jay-Z or DMX?
And Irv, again, let me go back
ahead, go
because,
ahead.
you know, Irv, again, these are true stories again. So Dre and us was real cool. This before the whole 50 signing. And this is why this shit is so fake.
Right.
They meet. It wasn't Instagram days. I wish I had that meeting. Dre was on Irv like crazy. Yo, dopest producer. Irv was like, no, nigga, you him. So I'm going with Irv's answer. Because Irv, like when we talk to GOAT, I use basketball players, not civilians, as my answer. Right? Meaning people that really played NBA basketball and why they picked it. And they all have it. It's way lopsided, you know, in that conversation. But anyway, that's why I'm picking Dre. Irv was the East Coast Dr. Dre, though. Irv changed hip-hop forever.
Oh, yeah.
Over here from what he did. And people, if you don't understand, you just don't know the body of work.
Jay-Z or DMX?
Huh.
X.
Son of a bitch. No, see, two different. Jay's the number one rapper ever,
Right.
in my opinion. His impact on culture, not like X didn't have that as well. This amount of length of time.
I just said like in they prime too, so.
But it's not just that moment.
Yeah.
That's why I don't give Biggie the spot.
Right.
He didn't have enough body of work to prove. What if his next album was a flop?
Man.
Yeah.
That's the reality of greatness. Test the time. Now,
Longevity.
Longevity.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. LeBron James. First 40-year-old to hit 40 was who? Mike. Let's keep it a buck.
Facts.
Let's keep it a buck.
With the Wizards.
Nigga
With the
shot
Wizards.
30 times. But go
Ah,
ahead.
there we go. You're making excuses. I gave you. Just give it up. Keep it 100, bro. Keep it 100. Niggas can't play with me, man. I love tussling like this, yo. This is easy.
Yeah.
But, you know, light work. These are little jabs.
Before
nigga.
you go to your next question, was you there for the infamous battle at the pool table?
No, I was not. I was not. I was late.
Damn.
I missed it.
They said that was the most epic moment in hip hop.
Yeah.
They said they rapped for hours.
Yeah. And there was real beef with them, too. See, we were in the middle. Irv is really between the three.
Right, him and Ja too. They said Ja was a pit bull too.
Beast. And he did battle rapping. People don't know this. This is how he started. We started with Ja battle rapping, taking him around battling. So X and Jay really had real beef. They thought guns was all of that shit because of this battle. And then we kind of massage it because Rough Riders is family, Rockefeller's family, and Irv is in that middle, massaging that shit down. You know, pause to get it to a good place. You know.
Look, Fat Joe or Big Pun?
I'm gonna go with Fat Joe's answer, Big Pun.
Okay, of course.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with Fat Joe's answer. We talked just the other day about it. Again, Fat Joe, Big Pun, like it's Pun, man. Pun was a monster.
Jada Kiss or Beans?
Beans, say beans. No,
See, I
fuck
want
it.
to get out of here and live. Listen to me, both are iconic. I'm kidding. I'm gonna give you my story with Beans, yo. So we're New Yorkers. We come in and we see Beans. We start talking. You know, everyone we would always have these ciphers,
Right.
just rapping. And Beans is just 1,000 bars, no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Jada is just so fucking witty and slick with it.
Yeah,
It's
hell
a
yeah.
different. It's a different. How do you compare an apple to an orange? It's hard. It's like you. Now that's how I look at it.
Right.
Me, it's like I like them both. I like the orange if I want to feel this, and I like the apple when I want to eat that. Like pause.
That's
Like
cool.
Yeah, right.
it's like, but both of them is right there for me.
Okay.
Both of them is right there. Shout
Yeah.
out Beans, man,
We'll take that.
and Jada. Jada's my
Shout out
nigga
to
too.
Glocks or Dipset?
Oh, we seen that.
I know, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So that's that shit over
And
with.
again, I love Cam and his a different type of swag. Again, even the Jim Jones, different type of like they had their own lane. It's, but I would have if you ask me who's better or we seen it.
Yeah.
We
You
seen
was
it.
there for that though, wasn't you?
No, I was traveling.
Oh, you weren't there?
Nah.
There's some good moments.
Man, we all watched that shit.
Yeah.
That shit was over.
Nah, I seen
That
it. I
was
wasn't there.
motherfucking Jada Kiss against Dipset.
Jada
That's all it
shut
took.
everybody down.
That's all it
No
took.
one talked about it, but when Jada got on homie's ass, he shit.
Yeah.
That nigga got quiet.
Yeah.
He different, bro.
He's different.
Diddy or Jermaine Dupri?
That's all. Yeah.
Is this the baby old?
Minus the baby.
Yo, shout out Diddy, nigga. Hold your head, nigga. Hold your head. I don't wish jail on nobody. Fuck that. He's a black man that's a billionaire that's still locked up with no charges on him. He's supposed to be home.
And they ain't giving no bond. That's fucked up.
Having sex with men, if that's the case or whatever, is not a charge. You should be home, nigga. I'm only making jokes. It's no bullshit though. Man, I don't wish that on nobody. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Who you taking though?
Man, I had this conversation with JD not too long ago, maybe about 6 months. We was on the phone talking. He made me realize he got a lot of music.
Got a lot of hits.
I'm gonna pass on that
You
one.
want to pass on that?
That's again, it's one.
That's
Those
a
are great
joint.
combination.
That's a great one.
Great competitive guys. Like Diddy got so many hits, and see Jermaine is probably ahead. In if you count, he wrote them too.
Right.
See, he didn't just produce; he wrote them too.
And might have been
Man.
on him.
Man, and he got big records. He did. Come on, he got fucking Usher, baby. That's got to be a classic right there. But not saying Biggie and all of these
Right.
other things and Mary J. Blige, but Jermaine Dupri is tough.
Everybody.
I'm just trying to keep New
That's-
York.
that could
I'm
be
just
like
trying
a
to keep
good-
New York up and
Yeah.
say pass.
That could be a good pass. That could be a
Yeah,
good
you gotta be biased.
That could be a good
Shout out
pass.
both of them. They are
Yeah.
amazing. Shout them both out. But real rap and Diddy, man, you and your family, I wish nothing but the best for y'all, man. And man, hold your head because they playing games. You supposed to be home fighting this. That's 1,000%. No one's saying nothing about that. A billionaire. They let all these white men go and fight from home. How has he got to sit in jail and fight? So it might be something we don't know, but that don't make any sense to me. And you have the right to a speedy trial. See, I went through a Fed trial. I went to the end. I didn't just cop out like everybody else. I went to the end and won. And the reason
You're one
is
of the
because you
few.
have to
One of the
understand.
few, yeah.
Yes. And the reason is you have to understand what's real and not real. And you have the right to a speedy trial. To me, that's a big deal for him, and they're not giving it to him. They would have to damn near drop the charges if they didn't have the case. But see, this is what makes me say maybe there's something we don't know because he's not fighting that, and I'm sure his lawyers know that. And they would have to have already brought a case up and tell him what he's charged with. See, they're building the case still. No, you get picked up and you're sitting in jail. You have the right to a speedy trial. Let's go to court now. Fuck that. I'm ready. And they're not letting that happen. So something is wrong that we don't know about because there's no way he's supposed to still be in jail. And it's sad because you see all these other men get out and fight from home. He's a billionaire. Puts him in what? Less than 0.5% of the world.
Facts.
Right? And again, I have yet to hear a real crime. Everything else, those girls' cases got thrown out, and when I made the joke of the baby, that's bullshit. It's like, that's not a crime.
Right.
Yeah,
It's not a fucking crime,
ever,
yo.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And then, okay, let's say he's fucking boys. So what? All them fucking record execs was fucking boys. Like, let's keep it a buck. Where's the crime? I don't know that being gay is a crime if that's what it is. I don't see it. And I've never seen that man in a gay moment, whether he is or isn't. Never. I always seen him on women. Remember, he had J-Lo, nigga. Don't get it fucked up. That nigga had Kim. That was like, Kim was like that girl. You know, God bless the dead. She's not here. Kim was that girl, and he had Kim. Like, don't do that to that man. Like, I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't see nothing. I only seen him act in heterosexual type activity. Never seen him in an awkward place. Now, being around designers that are gay and things, you was in the industry around all of that shit because you popping. But I never seen him engaging with them in a way that was like that. So that's why I don't understand it. When I heard all this shit, it just bugged out to me. But I just, like I said, I wish him the best, man. I ain't knocking him. I just made that little crack because everyone, it was like he left it wide open. I took a shot. Fuck it.
Pause.
No Diddy. No Diddy.
Hey, no, I ain't even saying that. But at the
we
end of the day,
go
like, that man should be home fighting his case with his family. And it's a hell to go through. Like, when we went through ours, we was able to put up bail and stay home to fight it. Very important because they move very strategic.
Look, we gonna go all the way New York right here on you.
Uh-oh.
Lil Kilmer Nicky. I'm fucking him up, yo.
Yeah, this shit is fucking right, yo.
He had help. Don't worry
You
about
ain't
it.
keeping this 100 right now, yo. You trying to line me up. Nah, I'm gonna go Nicki. As much as good and as much as as iconic as Lil' Kim, and I'm gonna tell you why. Where do you rate? Like, I'm using my way of judging each one of them. And Kim, she's amazing. She's great, but she didn't write everything.
Right.
Nicki wrote. Yeah. And she wrote big type of pop records.
Yep.
And again, I go to Nicki only. Kim has all of that shit too. That's Queen Bee, man. Don't get it fucked up. But she didn't write it all. She wrote some, not all. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I'll leave it there. And that's why I would, if you're talking talent, I gotta go that way to the person that had the more talent, along with all the success.
All right, last one. Usher or R. Kelly?
That's not even a close.
Yeah, I knew that was easy. I just try to think of somebody close to bro.
Who are you with?
R. Kelly.
Okay, say less. Shout out R. Free R.
I probably was born to R.
Okay,
Kelly.
no
man.
bullshit. He's made. Yeah. He was made to R. Shout out R. Again, Usher is an incredible artist. Again, he doesn't write everything. I gotta go to the guy that wrote it all, made all the music. How do you compare?
All right, let me give you a different
How do I
one.
compare the person that didn't write it to the person that did write it, made all the music, and could perform his ass off?
All right, let's
too?
go with Mike. Mike and R. Kelly.
Michael Jackson and R. Kelly. I'm never going against Michael
Gotta
Jackson.
go against Mike.
Okay.
He's the one guy. He's the one artist that was in. I had the pleasure of meeting Mike.
Was you in that room when Jay-Z boarding through?
No,
No, not that one.
I went to his house. I went to Neverland.
Oh, shit.
He wanted Irv to produce his album. Irv is the biggest producer in the world.
Mm.
Michael Jackson calls. Irv hangs up on him. He calls back. You know, it's really me. Hangs up on him.
Irv hung up on him?
Yeah, 2 times. 3rd time, he said, "Don't hang up. It's really me." Yo, we in the office together. He's like, "Niggas is pranking me." It's Michael Jackson calling. He said he wants Irv to come produce his album. Okay, flies out. It's one of my best stories in music for me personally. Just experience. We flew into the Van Nuys, then we had to take a helicopter to his house, the Netherlands. flying in. You see giraffes. You see all these animals all over the fucking shit. We like, what the fuck? Coming in on a helicopter. You seen statues all over too, but we didn't know they were statues. We thought it was really kids out there playing, but they're like lifestyle kids, but statues playing in the park. And we thought there was kids out there. We like, what the fuck? We get in. He had the gauntlet lined up, all the servants. Like royalty, my nigga. You walking in, they bowing. And
coming to America.
Yes. He wasn't there. He had his person come meet us to bring us in. He's there, but not there when we first get in. You know, we did everything. We go in. They ask us what we want to eat. Nigga, we didn't come for this. We came to get to this business.
Right.
Like, give me a tuna fish on wheat.
Cut the crust.
Yeah. Irv said, yeah, give me the same. And the ginger ale. Exactly what I ordered, I promise you. I'll never forget it. We sitting there. We eat the shit. We sitting there. It's got to be about 35, 40 minutes go by. And the nigga didn't come out yet. And I say to Irv, I said, what the fuck? This nigga know we here? What the fuck he got us waiting for? Again, time. As soon as I said that, he popped out. Hey guys. I said, this nigga was watching this.
He waited until we get irritated and shit.
He was watching, so I had this shit mic'd up. He pops out, hey guys. Hey. I said, hey, come on. And we like, this nigga started moving through his crib. We go through like mad rooms. There was one with all these, he started showing us some memorabilia. Like, I understand what he wants to do with Neverlands. It's a museum. The artifacts that he has is unbelievable. He has pictures with every king, queen in the world. Not the country, every country. That's Michael Jackson. Nigga. When they talk that Drake, you know, fuck out of here.
Michael Jackson make grown men faint.
Nah, he's different. He's different. The only rapper I ever seen make faint, people faint, Tupac. Palladium. I was there with him. So Stretch used to do his beats. So shout out Stretch. God bless him. You know what I'm saying? Stretch used to do his beats, and Stretch, we all went out. He used to bring Pac with me. But I seen girls fainting with Tupac. I never seen it. I seen girls crying and everything. DMX is second best out of everybody. I've been there for Biggie. Second best is DMX. As far as the fan and the excitement, different.
It was different back then anyway, because you didn't really see these people. Now you kind of feel like you a part of their life through social media and shit.
You know what's crazy? We saw DMX at 36 Street at Wawa one day. It was the craziest shit ever. Just randomly walking in there. And it was DMX. It was like, yo, that's like,
Ask for an autograph there.
You know, we about to start rapping Old Meek Mills to him. I'm about to steal Meek Mills, old boy. To get on, dog.
That's DMX.
But he was random just by himself, no security. It's just him and
I love it.
But he just
before he got on, I used to just go. I would go in Harlem and randomly catch him. He'd be on 125th Street, and I just grab him. He wasn't doing good. I'd grab him, get him some food and shit. You know, this is the infant stage of DMX. That's how far back I go. Before he had his deal, everything. It was just different, man. He was just authentic. I don't know a better word to say than that. He was just authentically him, and that's it. And he used to love that I would do that for him and shit. Where's Irv? He loved Irv. Again, our relationship, that was my relationship with him. It was that I would always see him. And before he popped off, and pick him up, put him in the car, just go talk with him, and you know what I'm saying? Get him something to eat. He was fucked up. He's out there robbing niggas too. Yeah. And put him back where he want to go and drop him off and leave, catch him another time, and do it. Then when he got popping, it was always love. It was just love. Like, I never had long conversations with him. It was always in that respect and love was there. You know what I'm saying?
Understood it.
Yeah.
Just one last question before we get out of here. Who's somebody that you could always call that's like somebody that nobody probably would expect you could call? Like, pick up the phone right now and call them and be like, hi.
You're talking about a famous person?
Just period. Just somebody that we could all relate to. That we probably
Again, you see, if I told you a name that no one knows, is like
famous
so
person.
famous. So you really have to. It has to be a
person.
famous person.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. I have a few. Most people don't even have one. I'm blessed. But
that will pick up the phone right now and say, Chris, what you?
You want me to call him right now? Is that what you want me to do?
You ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta do that. Y'all know you can't.
Baron Davis is one.
Baron Davis was tough. Always like Baron Davis.
Boom Dizzle.
B Diddy.
They called him Too Easy. He played for Murder Inc. too.
He had that little hezzy, that little stutter joint with him.
If he
Dunk
didn't
on
get
the
hurt,
baseline.
he was a problem.
Yeah, that knee.
Fucking problem.
He was a problem. But I am blessed with a bunch of guys I could just call, from wealthy guys to Don De Niro. You know what I'm saying? For real, like, most people don't have that in their life. I really have a blessed life when it comes to that. Terminator. T-Nader. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
There you go.
He'll let her hear that because he know I call, he picking up. It's what's up? But I got so many, I don't want to go through it. And
Right.
honestly, I don't want to do it because then if you leave people out, they hear it.
Right.
I gave Baron a shout out just now because he's got to come down for my game.
Absolutely.
Clash TV,
We
B.
gotta come down that joint, bro.
But Baron Davis, I saved him
Oh, Baron
physically
Davis.
2 times.
Oh shit.
You could ask him when you see him. He'll tell you.
We get him on the podcast.
Huh? Yeah, that's easy. He do it. He's a real dude. He pulling up.
Baron Davis, pull up on us, man.
Yeah, he's a real dude. If he in Philly, he pulling up. No problem. That's a fact.
We need
Go get that oatmeal. He got the Bart Oatmeal album out. Go get it. Yeah, he made an album and everything. I produced probably about 80 records with Baron. Maybe more, man. He come in my studio and get in there with my producers and just make records and shit. But he's one of the dudes that, like, I had him early. And again, he always, it was if I call him, he right there. He picking up. It's no hesitation.
That's dope.
And he coming. If I say I'm fucked up, but I'm telling you, I got a lot. I got a lot of NBA players. Sam Cassell, what up? He coming. You know what I'm saying? Those guys is coming. Coutinho Mobley, those same guys that was trying to win the game, they coming. Steve Francis, they coming. Right. I did a lot for them. I helped them all. And more than just, I did a lot. And they never forgot that. They still there.
Do they keep you grounded on a level? Because you tap in with a lot of.
No, I keep myself grounded. They probably wouldn't keep me grounded in the sense of they might be in their own spaces where I never looked at my success or anything in that capacity. I'm very humble in the sense of, when I start looking at all the things I've done, that's when I'm like, damn, I did a lot. And I never look at it like that, so that keeps me humble. I'm
gonna end it with this. I like to just keep it 100 podcast. We like to know the man, not the character or what people might think of you. So I just like to ask shit that people might not know about you.
Yeah.
What's your deepest fear?
Who is this guy?
Is this Bobby?
Wait just a minute. Who sent you, man? I don't have a lot of fears, but I do have a fear. Like, one of my, again, I could swim and very good. I have a phobia of, like, that's the way I'm going to die in water, and I don't want to do that. But that's not my fear. A fear that you're talking about is, I hate to speak things. I'm in a place with it's a philosophy. It's called Ifa.
Right.
You know Ifa or no? Okay. You don't talk about it. Like, if you don't want things to happen,
Speaking into existence.
you don't speak it out. So, but that's why, and I could, again, it's more about my family, my kids. I don't have nothing else. I don't really have fears, I promise you, and that's because of Ifa. Once you understand and you have a faith, you lose that. It's weird. You lose that part of you.
Right.
I want to make sure my kids is great. That's all. When I die, I want my kids to be good. And they will be. So it's like I don't even have a fear of that, but that is the fear for me. You have a daughter, I'm pretty sure you have something there with that. Like, you want to make sure that they on good solid ground with good people around them.
That'd be my deepest fear. Like if I got 2 daughters, if they grow up and like resent me or something, or hold a grudge against me.
No, they won't do that. See, don't even think that. That's what I'm telling you, because you're not living that way. They can't. You know, I have 2 baby mamas. I got for my son and my daughter. As soon as they was old enough, I'm gonna tell you what I did. I talked to them. Okay. Because they was, you know, splitting the time between me and them. But you know, the mom might have said some shit. Yeah. Right? It's all right. When you get old enough to understand, especially you could understand. It doesn't matter, it's a girl. They're not too young. Most people don't want to talk because they understand everything. Right. Everything. Your 13-year-old is clear. The sooner you start talking to her on some real shit, the better. You know what I'm saying? I used to, man, like when my daughter first she was 10 years old, she had a period. She called me crying. That's weird, right? Why didn't she call her mom? She thought she was hurt. I had to break it down to her. But ever since that day, I'm talking to God. I'm like, why would you do that as a 10-year-old that now they could have a baby? Like, that's crazy to me. And we was talking and everything, but I started talking to her more and more and more. But then I started letting her see things for herself with her mother and how things transpired. And again, I have no problem with mom. Right. I'm blessed. I had issues earlier. We're great now. Everybody's good. So it's like, but it takes time. You got to get through it. Yeah, that takes time. But you know what? Don't worry about that part. Get the one you got. Right. That's your kid. Right. Talk to her. She's going to clearly understand. Explain your side, because if you don't, she only hears one side of the story. And that's a problem. Right. So I did that with my son. And, you know, one of the things when he turned 18, I wanted to give him the money I was giving his mother. Right. I said, you give it to her. I'm not stopping it. You give it to her. But now I want you to be a man, nigga. You 18, you graduate high school, and she put him in college. Why? Because then you got to pay the 21. 3 more years. So when I told him, I said, nigga, that could be your money.
Do you really want to do the college shit? Or?
If you don't do it, that's your bread. My daughter, the same thing with her mom. I paid 2 to 21, so niggas can't tell me nothing.
You can't tell me nothing either. I'm still paying that shit.
Oh, well, it never ends. But I'm just saying, like, it's like, God damn.
It's just different when they just taking that shit from
you. But, I talked to him and made him understand, like, that could have been your bread to start a business or something instead of me just giving it away. So, like, you understand what you're doing. If you don't go to school because you didn't finish school, it's like, well, you just did that to take the money, nigga? You don't understand? I'm talking to you. Now we like this. He understands, but it's because of these early conversations and he could put things together. He's a grown man. He sees it in his life and things that he's dealing with. Same with my daughter, the way men treat others or her, right? And you told me about this, Dad. All right, so you know what to do. And once you have that, that's when that fear goes away. Like, that's how I feel. But if I had to say, that is my biggest fear.
He said, who is this guy?
Where you rooting from?
Hey, listen, dog, we really appreciate you doing this, man. You're a man of your word.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Vicky and NGTV for making this happen.
Go get NGTV and support all these independent films that's out here. I have one coming up. You'll be able to get it and see it there. It's called Ballin' with Lance Stevenson. You make sure you go get it. Watch it. The shit is fire. This is the only way we could take back our culture, is to own companies like NGTV and let her keep supplying us a platform to put our music, our podcast, or even our movies on.
Hell yeah. Shout out my man Prada, too, for snatching us backstage.
Yeah. Prada got us in there, yeah.
No.
Man, listen, we out, y'all. Peace. That was like a